Kiki Wells, how you doing? It's exciting to come your way again. As always, today I'm bringing your way a very insightful content. And so just stick with me and let's see how it goes. In my previous video on how to gather 5 years of experience, I got a question from one student who says that, okay, so in the video I used my case study was based on someone who's reading business admin. So the students came back to me that, okay, how do I think these experiences I've shared would help he or she, the student who is a tech student, who is reading ICT. So you made mention of soft skills and hard skills. I think this is the best opportunity for you to try responding to that person. Probably the response I gave him or her was not enough. So could you please tell me how soft skills that you made mention help these tech students? Then we come back later to tell us, for you to tell us what these soft skills are that the employers look out for. What the students really concern is and how he could, navigate.
So first to say that it's absolutely important that you get your hard skills. Your hard skills is what you would go to school, to the university, or to go to technical institutes to go and learn. You're going to learn. She's reading on business administration.
No, the person who asked the question is an IT student.
An IT student.
But in my previous video, I used a business student as a case study.
Okay. So you're reading IT, or you're reading business, or you're reading medical science, or whatever you're reading. What you come out of that institution with is your hard skill, as in what you have been taught in the academic environment to mean this is what medical sciences is, this is what business administration, this is what IT is, information technology, or computing for information technology, this is what it is. That's your hard skill. You get your certificate, you come out, super good. You need that. You need it to understand the basics, the principles of what that career environment or professional area is. You need that. Good. But your ability to now apply that hard skill in today's ever-changing career world, where it's like almost every other year, maximum 5 years, the work environment and work practice is changing. You need more than your hard skill. You need more than what you learned in school and got certificates for, and that's why your soft skills becomes really, really important. And so just so first I clarify what the difference between a hard skill and a soft skill is. Your hard skill is what you've gone to school to learn. You've gone to learn petrochemical engineering, or medical science, or IT, or business administration. That's your hard skill. That's what you got a certificate for. If you're put in any environment to apply the principles of business administration, risk management, operations management, you know it. You can say this is what you do. You have that. That's your hard skill. Useful, very important. But I'm saying that on the other side is your soft skill, and your soft skills are those attitude, behaviors, and internal competencies that you have, which are not taught in school. They are not taught in class. You develop it by practicing, by engaging, by exposing yourself, getting exposure, meeting people, being in different environments, multiple environments, engaging people from multicultural backgrounds and multi-career fields, and interacting. These things, these exposures, being part of extracurricular activities and so on, they expose you to soft skills, because as you're, for example, you become a member of the club, you become the president, there you are expected to show leadership. You are not taught to be a leader, but you practice leadership and then you develop that skill. When you come into the professional world, those basic skills that you develop, not being taught but out of practice, they are the soft skills. Now they are much, much essential for your ability to perform your hard skill. And that's why if you're putting your CV for a job that requires your hard skill, besides the hard skill or hard competence, the employer is looking for the soft skill, because there's a difference between someone coming with a raw hard skill and one that is coming with a hard skill plus the soft skill. With the soft skill, I reduce my expenditure on training, capacity building, and all of that compared to the person coming with just the hard skills. So you need to have the two. Without the two, it's difficult for you to get into the employment space in this era.
Thank you very much, Ish. Without the two, it's difficult to get into the employable space. I think this is an insightful knowledge that you will not get anywhere. If you want this kind of information, you need to go and pay in summits and high profile meetings together, and all of this is coming to you for free. I deserve some accolades, you know. That's notwithstanding. I think it's great if Ishmael could tell us, kindly highlight some of the soft skills that employers actually look out for in potential candidates. You may think that you have first class, and so you deserve to be employed over someone who had second class upper or even third class, but you go for interview and then that person is chosen over you, and you may not understand, but he is a prospective employer. And with what are the soft skills that you think, or from your field or from where you sit as a manager, you think that or you can confidently tell us that employers look out for in persons like us or young people growing up that we can take advantage of?
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much. So there are a number of soft skills that I'm going to be mentioning, and hopefully you can read a lot more about them. Sure. Before I go into the specific soft skills, I want to mention a few things. Number one, every young person who is in school now or out of school and looking for a job, or you're intending to put yourself out there, or even want to create a business for yourself, first thing you need to know is that now the world has become more competitive than ever. And because there's competition in everything and look right now, because of what we are doing now, in the next 10 years, every traditional media entity would need to rethink their business model, because soon traditional television educational content is going to be a thing of the past in maximum 10 years, because now you have this now, which you don't have to watch CNN or BBC or Ghana television or before you get this. It's right at your fingertips. So the competition is clear. And to be able to manage that, you need to be extremely cautious of client satisfaction. The only reason you are watching this video right now because you find the content to be rich, and because Kiki has invested in making the content attractive, useful, and relevant for you now. Now, this is the time you need it. So that's number one. Number two, you need to know that for you to be able to be meaningful in your professional environment, you need networks. You need networks. Somebody told me recently that, look, the concept, actually it was a tech video. And this particular video was talking about what the importance of the philosophy or the phenomenon of godfather and godmother is in the employment space. To some people, they think that it is not real. Some people also think that the concept of godmother, godfather is not right. But look, I tell you, it is real. The way to develop and become a godchild or a goddaughter or godson is when you have the ability to develop networks. You have networks at every stage, in every area that is critical for you. Without networks, you are out of the game. You completely are out of the game. And that's why you need soft skills. Again, you need to know that workplaces are now more interpersonal than ever. And so it is no longer where you go to the office and you sit in your corner and it is just you, and what you do is nobody's business. Now, for you to be able to do what you do in your small corner in your office, you need to engage about 10 or 15 people in the workplace, but also outside of your work environment. You need to pick a phone and call somebody in another country. You need to talk to, look, here in Ghana, there are certain things if you want to do, you must establish a certain network with people in China, have a certain conversation for them to be able to. If you don't have networking skills and you don't appreciate that, you need to be able to engage interpersonally with people with respect, with dignity, and being mindful of the fact that people from different places have different cultural backgrounds, and what is familiar to you is not familiar to the other person. And you just go talking raw as if you just came from the farm, you completely are out. So you need interpersonal skills. That's why you need to be able to develop your soft skills. Then teams are made up of individuals. And these individuals come together to form a team, and everybody's coming with their own habits, their attitude, their belief system, and so on. You need to be able to gel with everybody and get work done. And so soft skills become your cutting edge entry key to be able to succeed in the 21st century working environment.
Not to catch you.
Yeah.
You talk about networking, and I just think that I should just make this point across. You know, last time we were having a session with some group of young people, and I made mention of the fact that we continually say that this world, or in Ghana or wherever you find yourself, employment is all about whom you know. In actual sense, it's true, it's about whom you know, but it's important for us to also know that those whom you know were not just built in skies.
No.
Relationships that were built for long time, years, and it was built based on one-on-one interaction, field engagement, little things that you did. You proved to the person that, yo, I am really resourceful, I could do this, because you proved you showed integrity, you showed commitment, you showed that I am very dedicated to this thing. And so long as you've been dedicated to a little, the next future, when you need something big, that person will never hesitate to give you that big role. So you realize that you finished school with someone, and maybe you went to uni together, you think that, oh, we sat the same class, right now he or she is a manager somewhere. You had no idea the relationship and the network the person built. So I think I just felt I should chip this one in, and how really helpful networking has helped some of us. And I mean, I wouldn't have been sitting here with you if not for the little networks that we built when I was growing up. And I really appreciate that point. I hope we all take note of these important and insightful information.
Yeah. It's very important, and you also need to know that networking is, you don't just build networks in your familiar and friendly environment.
Yeah.
No, you need networks across board, across religion, across cultures, across countries, across ethnic backgrounds, because you need everyone. Like I did say earlier, the world is so interconnected, and the competition is to the next level. Technology has made everything simple, closest to you. So for you to be relevant, there must be some extra touch to what you do and who you are. And that is why you need to develop soft skills. All right. So just to highlight a few,
yes,